I'm on my way. And then I find out my mother's terminally ill. She can no longer work. It did something to me. It made me realize how precious life is.
Yes, sir.
And I started working harder and harder and harder, but it seemed like the harder I was working, the more glass ceilings I was hitting in the industry. I'm not bad-mouthing the music industry. All I'm saying is my time wasn't my time, and my money wasn't fully my money. How many of you all are working at a job right now where every day you walk in, and if you're a minute late for work, a minute late, they're looking at you standing by the time clock, tapping on their watch like, one more occurrence, and you're out of here. That's how I felt. I was traveling, I was doing the things that I wanted to do, but I was not fully happy. I wasn't making the money I needed to be making, not the money I felt I deserved to be making. So I walked away. And when I walked away, I lost a lot. House, car, money. It was embarrassing. But I knew that the God that I served would not fail me. As Mr. Felder says, there's a God who sits high and looks low. He's watching everything that we do. And I just had to stand on my faith. My friends thought I was crazy. They're like, you're actually walking away from the music business. You're walking away from working with the largest production camp in the world. You're out of your mind. But I knew that there was something else out there for me. I could feel it in my bones. Finding out my mother was terminally ill, it was a lot on my shoulders because she couldn't work anymore. So I had to pick up where her income wasn't helping, where her income wasn't taken care of in her house. I had to pick up some of the slack in her home and then take care of my house too. So my family and I, we quickly got back on our feet. But let me tell you, it wasn't until a year and a half ago where a single pocket dial changed my life. One pocket dial changed my entire life, literally forever. And that's when I pocket dialed my good friend, National Director Ray Hendrickson. And myself, because I get so many phone calls, I actually thought he was calling me, but I was calling him. And when he picked up the phone, I said, Ray, it's good to hear from you, but I can't talk right now. He said, I'm sorry, but you called me. And I said, okay. He said, but man, listen, I'm glad to hear from you. He said, because I've been following you, I've been Googling you, I've seen you in music videos, I've seen you on reality shows, I've seen your resume on LinkedIn, it's just growing, you're working with this person and that person. But let me ask you a single question. Do you still keep your eyes open for opportunity to make some additional income for yourself? And it struck me as an odd question, but being that, once again, my back was against the wall, I had an open heart, an open mind, and I was ready to listen. He sent me a video with an opportunity. And in that video was a gentleman who I had known about for many years. I seen this guy's videos, his name in credits. Hits from the Street, Spring Bling, BET, 106 & Park. This guy, listen, he was one of the chief attorneys that pioneered the largest media acquisition deal in the entire world. And that's when Viacom acquired BET. I knew who this guy was. I wanted to be in his circle of influence. Who's in your circle of influence right now? Who are you hanging around? Who's influencing your mind? Whose stories are you believing? Who's reaching out to you? Who's reaching out to help you, to pull you up? If you're looking around you and there's no one, that's why someone invited you to this call today. I want to do something for you all today. I want to introduce you to the two gentlemen that literally saved my life, that threw me a lifeline when no one else would. They deposit seeds of greatness on the inside of me, seeds that no one would ever take the opportunity to deposit on the inside of me. But they just don't deposit them. They continuously water them and water them and water them and water them. In just a year and a half, my life has changed, and I've grown. I want to introduce you first to the gentleman who called me and asked me that question if I keep my eyes open for opportunity to make some additional income. He's somebody that I love, I respect, and I admire with every fiber of my being. So right now, I want to bring to the call and live on Facebook my good friend, my mentor, and my pal. This gentleman in our industry, this guy made 5 figures in his first 30 days. $10,000. Listen, that's superlative. I don't care who you are. Are you making $10,000 a month? Have you ever had $10,000 all at one time? I'm not bragging. All I'm saying is help is here. So I want to introduce to you all our top producing, top training in all of network marketing, hands down. He's my friend, he's my brother, he's my mentor. I bring to the call right now, National Director, soon to be Senior Vice President. You all know him as Ray, but we call him Ray the Sensei Hendrickson. Sir, are you on this call?
I am on the call. Can you hear me okay?
Not yet, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Can you hear me now? Oh, man, I'm excited to be on the call with you all for Triumphant Tuesday. Wow. Where can I begin, Mr. Turner? I mean, this story is so compelling, and I know you tell it so frequently, but I got to tell you, man, that story, it touches a lot of every one of our sentiments. I mean, we all have parents. We all have people that we love. We all have people that we've watched sacrifice. We all have people that we've heard complain about the aches and the pains and not being able to get ahead. They go along to get along, and they believe that if they pray hard enough, if they pray long enough, if they sacrifice just enough, somewhere, somehow, some way, the clouds are going to part and a ray of hope is going to shine down and bless them with a lottery ticket, because all you need is $1 and a dream. Can I tell you something? More dreams have been dashed against a rock using a lottery than anything that I've ever heard. Listen, go play bingo. You got a better chance of winning at bingo than you ever do at the lottery. And I think it's so amazing because we all want to get to the other side of that financial chasm. You know, on one side, you have just enough to get along. On the other side, you have all the luxuries of life and all the choices that you are afforded because of money. And in between, you have this great chasm. It's almost like a bottomless pit, and we think all you need is $1 and a dream, and somehow this chasm is going to be bridged for you. Look, you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning twice in the same eye on a full moon than you do for hitting the lottery. But do you know how many millions and millions of dollars we pour into the lottery system, which was designed to benefit the educational system, but we have the worst educational system on the planet? You know what I heard when I hear Mr. Turner? And it's different every day. Here's what I heard today. Something catastrophic had to happen in his life before he was willing to change courses. Something had to happen that was pivotal in his life, that forced him into a predicament where he could no longer deny the fact that he had to do something different in order to get something different. Can I submit to you? I encourage you not to wait until something catastrophic happens. If I were you, knowing what I know now, I would build my well long before I was thirsty, because drought is coming. There's no question about that. I'm not sure if it's coming tomorrow or in a decade, but it is coming. And if you wait until you're thirsty before you build your well, you will die of dehydration in the process. What are y'all talking about? We're talking about giving you a bridge over the chasm. How do you get to the other side? Unless you have decided you were born to finance someone else's dream, then every one of us is looking to get some measure of financial relief. Every one of us. Well, how do you do that? I'm going to tell you how I did it. Somebody was kind enough to whisper in my ear about an incredible business opportunity. And this business opportunity, initially, it came my way, and I thought I could make a few extra $100 a month. That's all I needed to make. If I could just make a few extra $100 a month, then this business will have paid for itself in spades, and I could say without fear of successful contradiction, it is a huge success. So I got started because a friend of mine called me on phone, asked me a very simple innocent, rather benign kind of question. He said, Ray, do you still keep your eyes open for opportunity to make additional income? I said, of course I do. Who doesn't keep their eyes open for opportunity to make additional income? He said, but here's what we're looking for. We're looking for a handful of open-minded, success-oriented, money-motivated, highly ambitious, and coachable people. Do you find yourself in the midst of this description? Sure, I'm open-minded, I'm success-oriented, I'm money-motivated, I'm highly ambitious, I'm coachable. Are you open-minded, success-oriented, money-motivated, highly ambitious, and coachable? Because if you are, then this phone call is for you. But that's what he asked me, and I said, of course. The other side of that coin was this. It was somebody that I trusted. It was somebody that I loved. It was somebody that I respected. It was somebody that I admired. It was somebody I went to 8th grade with. We grew up together. We played countless hours on the schoolyard playground. This was somebody that I knew wouldn't put me in harm's way. So I thought, what have I got to lose? After all, he's my friend. What is it that you have to offer me? Let me take a look. So I decided to take a look. And I got invited to a phone call just like this. And I can't remember if it was a magnificent Monday or a triumphant Tuesday or a winning Wednesday. I can't remember if it was a tenacious Thursday or a freedom Friday. But one of those occasions I got on the phone. Here's the first thing I encountered. Hundreds of people from all over the country on the phone, excited. In the middle of the day. Now, most of us, we tend to get excited, if we get excited, around 3:30 as you see 5 o'clock quickly approaching. And then we really get excited once hump day closes and Thursday comes around. Oh, but then we get exuberant, overwhelmingly excited when Friday comes around, because that's the day we all live for. I think there was a popular song in the 80s, Living for Friday. People can't wait to get to Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I can't remember the occasion, but I could tell you that people were as equally excited on that day than on any Friday that I've ever lived. And I thought, well, what are they so excited about? Can I tell you what they were excited about? They were excited about having some measure of control over their financial reality. They had some kind of influence over the direction of their financial future. When the rest of us are just trying to get by, we do enough work to never get fired, but never enough work to get on the supervisor's radar, because the more work you do, the more work they give you, and the more work they give you, the more work they expect of you, and the more work they expect of you, the less they pay you. It just seems to be that's the notion. So we do just enough to stay under the radar. We never want to shine too much, because now we're the employee of the month, and now they increase our quotas, and now they expect more from us. So we just do just enough. Don't make me the employee of the month. I don't want to have the employee of the month parking lot. I don't want to have the trophy this month. I don't want to do that. I just want to get my money and I want to go home. But we realize that it's never enough to pay all the bills. We're always struggling to figure out ways to rob Peter to pay Paul. And some of us do it so well that now both of them are looking for you. I mean, I've met people, and I've learned this myself, who transfer credit card balance from one card to another card. They never pay it. They just move it around so as to avoid or dodge the creditors. They just constantly move it around, and they use the caller ID to make sure they screen all their calls, and they tell their children, don't say daddy's home. So when a kid picks up the phone, they say, my daddy said to say he's not home. We all know these tricks. But I was just looking for some kind of financial relief, just something that I didn't have to go to my employer and with my top hat and my cane and my tap shoes and do the buck and shuffle to try to get a 3% raise, knowing that inflation goes up 5%, so I'm losing 2 to 3% every year. What an incredible game we're playing. I just wanted something different, y'all. And I'm hoping that you're on the phone not for entertainment purposes, but because you want something more than you have right now, because you believe you deserve it. If that's you, this call's for you. And I assure you, by the time you're done with this call, you will have a measure of hope that you've never had before. Listen, I've done well in life. I do have my own home in Westchester, New York. It's supposed to be one of the wealthiest townships in the country. I got a couple BMWs in the driveway. Pretty nice, right? Not so bad from a kid from the South Bronx who was expected to be a statistic. I'm supposed to be dead. I'm supposed to be incarcerated. I'm supposed to have the countryside littered with illegitimate children. Not me. I made a promise to my mom. I was going to do the right thing. I was going to always be above board. My integrity was going to go out in front of me. Look, I was always going to try to make heaven and mama proud. And so that's where I was. When I finally got out into corporate America, I realized that they had a different alternative for me. They was going to pay me just enough that I never quit, but never enough to finance my dreams. So I wanted more. That's all. That's really what it comes down to. Do you want more? If you want more, I think we can help you. But if you think you're going to get, if you think you've got all that you're going to get, you're absolutely right. So you're right if you want more and believe you deserve it. And you're right if you believe that this is all you're going to get. You're right on both occasions. I decided I wanted to be in the more camp because I had known what it was to live like in poverty, and I was ready to try something different. So when this opportunity came around, I had been secretly praying for something more. And isn't that how heaven works? Even when you don't think you're praying, if you're just thinking about it, you are planting fertile seeds in the universe, and it will bear fruit. Maybe you didn't think it was going to come this way, but here it is nonetheless. So I got on a call with a whole bunch of excited people from all over the country. I heard about an incredible business opportunity through a company called 5 Links. What? 5 Links. The number 5, L-I-N-X. 5 Links. Enterprises. Now, I've never heard of 5 Links. Many of you on the phone call probably are hearing this for the first time. Worry not, fret not. Don't lose any sleep about it, because here's what I did find out. They were the number 1 corporate business entity in Rochester. And Rochester is the 3rd largest corporate headquarters in the northeast corridor of the United States, behind New York and Stamford, Connecticut. They beat out companies like Xerox, Paychex, and Bausch & Lomb. They're the number 1 customer acquisition company in these here United States. I mean, they've been featured in just about every major business periodical that comes across the newsstand, to include Wall Street Journal, MSNBC News, Your Business at Home magazine, 4 times, Success from Home magazine, 5 times, Inc. 500, 5,000, a consecutive 9 times. The only other company that has done that on North American soil is Microsoft. So guess what? Doesn't that suggest in no uncertain terms that we are doing a heck of a job? We're a $162 million debt-free company, just partnered with another $700+ million firm. We're on our way to $1 billion, and we are doing it and doing it and doing it well. So now, what is it that 5 Links does? Very simple. We partner with all the major players that do cable, internet, home phones, cell phones, gas, electricity, home heating oil, and health insurance. Companies that you are familiar with. Companies like AT&T and Verizon and T-Mobile and Sprint, Nextel, GE, DirecTV, Dish Network, Comcast, Xfinity, Cox, Cablevision, OptOnline, TouchSuite, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and about a half a dozen other companies. You're familiar with those companies because historically they spend a lot of money in TV advertising. You see them on TV, you see them on the billboards, you hear them on the radio, you see them in the direct mail coupons you get to the house, right? But after a long day's worth of work, you finally drag yourself home. Maybe you were stuck in traffic. Maybe you were riding the bus. People way too close to you, don't smell nice. Maybe you're stuck on a train between stations because there was an issue and there's construction on the track. You finally get home. You drag yourself into the door. You drop your briefcase. You drop your purse. You kick your shoes off. You grab the mail, and you've got a voluminous amount of mail. What do? You take all the bills. You put them on the right. You take all the junk mail. You put it in the trash. Expensive advertising, ladies and gentlemen, but we all know it very rarely, if ever, works. But the reason why our rates are so high is because the companies that we send our bills to every 30 days writes the check for the advertising, but we pay the bill. And so everybody knows advertising doesn't work. They started looking for creative ways to get new customers. They decided to partner with the number 1 customer acquisition company in the history of the United States, 5 Links Enterprises. And we decided we would help them get all of the customers that they want using social media and word of mouth. Because word of mouth is the oldest form of marketing known to man. It's the most effective, and it's the most cost effective. How do I know that? Mark Zuckerberg, the guy who dropped out of Harvard and became the youngest billionaire to ever walk the planet because of Facebook, never ran a single solitary commercial. But you and I are on Facebook today because of it. You told your friends, they told their friends, and so on and so on and so on. Well, that same adage has put hundreds of thousands of dollars in local businesses that you frequent. Every time you get a haircut, every time you get your nails did, every time you get your teeth cleaned, every time you get your cleaning done, every time you go on vacation, what do we do on Monday morning around the water cooler? We blab, blab, blab. We tell everybody about the magnificent movie we went to and how Denzel did this and this person did that. Or we went to this magnificent restaurant and how the waiter did this and the chef came out. And because of your influence, other people spend money and other people make money. The only person that doesn't benefit from your influence financially is you. And so Fivelink said, wait a minute. If word of mouth is the oldest form of marketing, it's the most effective, and it's the cheapest, why not develop an income-producing business opportunity where everybody, irrespective of how much education they do or don't have, can create a series of income streams just by monetizing their influence? Did you get all of that? And so we decided to tap into the 8, we call it the big 8, but it's the 8 services that the average consumer considers critical to their daily routine. There's nothing you can do to keep the average consumer away from scandal. They're going to watch it. No matter how bad it is for their psyche, they're going to watch it. They're going to watch Empire and all of their favorite shows, and they're going to pay those bills statistically faster than they'll pay their rent. So why not tap into those industries? Because they're endless income streams. And so here's how this works. We basically help our partners get customers using social media, word of mouth. We do it for free. You eliminate commercial advertising, the rates fall dramatically. Now they can pass the savings back to the consumer, who saves substantially over what they would normally pay. And every time they pay their bill, we get paid. We get paid every 30 days for the life of that customer. No limit to how many customers you can get paid on. Sounds good, looks good on paper. How does it work? I got started. It all started on that fateful day, September 23rd, 2013, when I decided, even against the advice of my broke friends, to get started. I got started. What if I got to lose? If it doesn't work, I could always go back to being hardworking and broke. Been there, done that, not for me. So then, once I got started, I switched over the services in my own home. I wanted to see how much savings I could have. Cable, internet, home phone, cell phone, gas, electricity, home heating, oil, health insurance. I simply switched it over from name brand companies to name brand companies. Started saving close to $200 a month. Let me ask you all a question. When was the last time you earned an additional? So just by saving $200 a month on bills that I was paying every month meant that I increased my income by $200. Here's the other side of that coin. I had been overpaying by close to $200 every 30 days. I have literally given away the cost of a brand new Honda Civic. How much are you overpaying? Because you are overpaying. Now, once I saw that I could save this kind of money, they then turned around and sent me a check at the end of the month. And they paid me 50 cents to $11 for every one of the bills that I had paid. And I said, this is bizarre. You mean to tell me you're going to pay me to pay the bills that I was going to pay anyway and help me save money? This is crazy. And so it became a personal mission to tell everybody that I cared about these savings. Here's what I would say. If I could show you a way to save a few $1,000s a year on the services you use every day, would you want me to tell you? Do you know what everybody said? Yes, everybody wants to save money. No matter how wealthy my friends were or how impoverished they were. Everyone wanted to save money because a penny saved is a penny earned. And once they started saving this money, guess what happened? They started telling their friends about their savings. Now, when my friends were ready to save, I would simply send them to my website. They would choose the service that they wanted. I didn't have to sell them stuff that they didn't need. They choose the service provider that they wanted. They choose the promotional discounted rate that they wanted. And I got paid every time they turned the light on, or flushed the toilet, or took a shower, or cooked a meal, or washed the dish, or turned the fridge on, or opened the fridge, or watched TV, surf the internet, make a phone call, or send a text. I was getting paid. And as I already indicated, my happy customer friends told other happy customers about the services and would send them to my website. So my friends became business partners simply by referrals. Isn't that incredible? Only other thing I wanted to do was figure out how to get paid on tens of thousands of customers. And because I didn't know tens of thousands of people, I knew my friends knew people that I didn't know. So I simply went back to them and asked them a different question. I would say, if I found something that we could do together to make some money, would you want me to tell you? I went through 422 people as fast as I could in my first 30 days. 21 of those individuals got started. They paid me a healthy 5-figure income. And let me tell you, if I could in human terms express to you the financial relief that money gave me, you would think I was crazy. It literally saved my life. Literally. My children were accepted to this private school, prestigious private school, and I had 45 days to come up with $10,000 to get them in. And let me tell you, had it not been for that simple, benign, innocent question that was posed on September 23rd, 2013, they would not be in private school today. So that's the power of this business opportunity. It is literally the financial vehicle that you all have been waiting for. It is the train on its way to financial freedom, and some of you can't conceivably see yourself getting to financial independence, but just get some measure of financial relief. Get on the train. This is the Underground Railroad with money attached. And who would deny that? Who would reject that? Get your cut, because if you don't get your claim, the universe will just cut it up into small pieces and dole it out to the people around you. So listen, I know I haven't given you enough information to make a decision. My goal was to share with you some of the things that have made a significant difference in my life. It's the right company at the right time, marketing the right products and services, but the right team of people makes all the difference. If you don't believe me, ask LeBron James. As awesome as he is, he didn't win a ring last year, and I'm not altogether sure he's going to win one this year. And it's not because he's not awesome, but the team he's surrounded by just don't win rings. The team that I'm affiliated with wins rings every season. I'm excited about that. And I want to introduce you to the person at the helm of our ship. This guy is the former chief attorney for BET Television. He knows an awful lot about an awful lot. He was also responsible for penning the largest deal in the history of TV media, which made Bob Johnson one of the 6 African-American billionaires on the planet. He had a law practice for 16 years, a title company, not 1, but 2 restaurants, 13 properties, made a hefty, overweight 6-figure income a year, but was spending too much time away from his family. He saw this opportunity as a way to buy back his time to equal and or advance his attorney income, became a certified 7-figure earner in less than 3 years. Even after working 60 years as an attorney, he made his first 7 figures in this company. I'm excited to be in his organization. I'm excited to be under his tutelage. I'm excited to be in his house. So without any further ado, I want to introduce you to somebody that I have a tremendous amount of respect for, because he literally knows 100% of what it takes to succeed in business. He's had an awful lot of success in a very short amount of time. He helps people just like you and I create above average income, and he's having an awesome time doing it. So without any further ado, I want to introduce to some and present to others the #1 money earner in the history of this company at his position, certified 7-figure earner and author of a best-selling book called Redefining the American Dream. Here is Platinum Senior Vice President, soon to be double platinum, Thomas, the Maestro Felder. Maestro, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. This is incredible. I mean, if you guys ever know what it's like to be at the playground and be surrounded by your very best friends and y'all sitting around throwing sand or football or basketball and doing it every single day and getting paid for it, I mean, that's what it's like hanging out with these guys. I guess this is how LeBron feels and Steph Curry feels. If you really love the game, it ain't punishment. If you really love the people who you are around, it is a joy. And you can when you can make money and help people at the same time, I think that's really what our calling should be. That should be our highest calling. Changing lives and making money. I'm excited, y'all. I'm grateful for my friends. Thank you, Ray Hendrickson. Thank you, Mariko Turner. This has been a great day for me. I think some days I take it for granted that Mariko Turner is my friend. He's in my house. He's been in my house for 3 days. 2 days ago, he let me listen to a song that he did the music for Timberland. And I've been boogieing to the song for 2 days, and then he tells me he wrote the music. I was like, bananas. You mean I have the person like that in my house, and I'm taking him for granted? And I just want to apologize publicly, Mariko Turner. I'm sorry. You know, every once in a while we're in the car and the song plays and you say it's yours or you wrote the lyrics, and man, it's one thing to hear it and it's another thing to hear it. So I just want to say thank you. Never once have I called you and you said, talk to my people, or call my people's people, or, you know, squiggle some autograph on my wrist. I'm grateful for you, man. I appreciate you. And what can I say about Ray Hendrickson? I mean, this is a guy who we stay up late and we map out a plan and a design so we can help other people win. Some people just want to help themselves win. And if all you try to do is help yourself win, you'll never make money. There's a divine principle that says that your net worth is always going to be equivalent to how many other people can you help. If you don't like your income, start helping somebody else. You want to make some more money? Find somebody who needs you. Keep giving. You're never going to get paid what you're worth unless you can give to more people. So that's what we do in this business. We give until it hurts. So I want to take a minute. We explain this business to y'all every day, but I want to give you some nuts and bolts. For those of you who are guests, who are on the call for the first time, or those of you who are watching on the internet today for the first time, I just want to take you through how you can build this business. I never did this business before 4.5 years ago. I didn't believe that it worked. I got tricked into coming to see a presentation. I was angry the whole time I was there. I sat there only because the guy who invited me to the meeting was a former professional football player, friend of mine. And he was the only person that I knew that had 2 working operable Porsches, you know, Porsche vehicles. He had 2 of those. And I'd known him for 10 years, and I knew he would not intentionally put me in harm's way. And I figured if whatever he was showing me wasn't going to work, I could always go back to what I was doing before. But I am so grateful I took a chance. I'm grateful I had just a mustard seed of belief, and it changed my life. And I think I looked at it because I was having a personal emergency. I was having a personal 911. Some of y'all are having a 911 too. And it has nothing to do with your income. You know, some of y'all think that just because you might make less money or more money, that your financial situation is all right. But understand, pain is relative. If I've got to pay $100,000 a month to maintain my standard of living, and you got to pay $10,000 to maintain your standard of living, if we get wiped out, we both race into the bankruptcy court, right? I'll beat you there. I'll be the one opening the door for you. Pain is always relative to your standard of living. So let's walk through this business quickly. I'm going to show you how you can build it in 4 easy steps. Then I'm going to show you one product out of the 37 that we offer, and I'm just going to give you a plan. Matter of fact, you can start to build this business tomorrow and start to match your full-time income in the next 12 months. That's my guarantee. All right? So come on over. I'm going to do like Mr. Rogers. I'm going to take the black pen and go to the whiteboard. Come on over. All right, so it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor. All right, so my plan is rather simple. And I don't know if you can see the screen from here, but the one thing that we do is we share the opportunity. I don't sell this business to people. I don't try to convince them. I don't try to persuade them. I don't try to cajole them. I don't try to coerce them into looking at the business. I'm just looking for people who are looking. You know when the ice cream man is going down the block and he's playing that ice cream music from the ice cream truck? All the kids that are looking for ice cream are going to come running when they hear the ice cream song. What's that ice cream song? You know, Ray?
Dun, dun, dun.
No, it's not the ice cream song. I know it's like dun, 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 dun. No, that's anyway, y'all know the ice cream song when the ice cream man is ringing the doorbell. What is it? Thanks, Ray. Anyway, y'all know the ice cream song. When the ice cream song is playing, we all come running. So I ring the bell for ice cream by saying, if I found something we could do together to make some additional money, do you want me to tell you? Not everybody wants to make additional money. To make additional money in most people's mind requires more work. And most people don't want to do more work because they're already working double shifts. They already got 2 jobs. Some of them are married and got kids, and that's 2 or 3 jobs in and of itself. So most people immediately equate more money to more time, more effort, more stress. It doesn't work that way in our business. But we start by asking the ultimate question. If I found something we could do together to make some additional money, would you want me to tell you? The next thing I ask is if the money is right and it can fit into your schedule and it makes sense, would you be open to take a look at a business opportunity? Now, if somebody says yes to that, I put them in this box over here, right? The box that says I will go on to step 2. If the person says no, I put them in this box. The box that says I'll leave you for another time. I'll talk to you about becoming my customer, right? Because if you're not interested in earning additional money, then maybe you don't fit the bill anyway. Because I'm looking for people who are open-minded, success-oriented, money-motivated, highly ambitious, and coachable. All right? So that's step 1, right? I'm going to give you a peak script. I'm going to make this easy for y'all. The second thing I'm going to do is invite them on a prospect call. Some of you are watching me live today on Facebook. Some of y'all are listening to me on the phone. But this is still a prospect call. So you got somebody like Mariko Turner who will talk to people for you about the business. You got people like Ray Hendrickson, who's the best trainer I've ever heard, who's going to explain the business for you. And then I'll come behind and sort of do a little cleanup, right? So we do this call every day, Monday through Friday, and we do it at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So you can get people on this call, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be on the telephone, and when you go through this number, the number is 614-715-3670, right? The PIN code is 885-200#. So you can give that number out to your friends, to your family, etc. Let them listen to the call. Now, if you can't get on every day at noon, that's fine. We don't expect you to. This call is really for the people who need to hear it, who haven't heard it before, who need to hear it again a few times before they get into the business. But we also have a playback number. So what's the playback number? What's the playback number real quick?
Yeah, man.
All right.
641
So the playback number is 641
715
715
3669.
3669, and the PIN code is 885-200#. Right? So I don't know if you guys can see the board from where you are, but this number is a number that for the next 9 hours you can share this call. Right? It's a playback number. So this will really help you. So if your friend tells you they're not available at noon, or they say they're on West Coast time, or they're not available, etc., you can just ask them, when are you going to be available? I like to put you on the call with some 6- and 7-figure earners, right? Whatever time they tell you, you dial into the number and you patch them in. That way you know they listen to it, right? So the next thing you want to do is send them to a video, right? Videos are important. I joined this business looking at a video. I built the business looking at some videos, right? So we have a video which is a 20-minute overview of this business. Everybody's got 20 minutes, right? And who doesn't have 20 minutes to learn how to make some additional income? So the website is called 5linkspaysme.com. For those of you who are looking on Facebook, hopefully you can see this. The number 5, LINXPAYSME.com. And the company, our company, 5 Links, also has a more formal sort of website you can use. It's called 5links.com//presentation. All right? So look at either one of those videos and use it to share the business. You don't have to be a PhD, a master's, a bachelor's, or have a BS to share this business. All you got to do is be willing to follow a simple, duplicatable system. That's all this is about, system. And the last thing is, introduce them to somebody in your business, somebody who's having some success, and do a three-way call. Let them introduce the business for you. Let them answer all of your questions. All right? That's the way we do that. But let's just suppose, between me and you, that you don't want to do the business. You don't want to go out and get a rep. Right? So many people say that, oh, I don't want to talk to my family. My mother tried one of these before. I got you. I'm with you. I'm there too. Right? I'm in the NFL. No friends left. Right? But none of my bad friends are left. None of the friends who are sort of not moving forward in the same direction I'm moving left. But I got a ton of friends. Right? And these are people who will show up when they say they're going to show up. They're going to help when they say they're going to help. And people who, if I died tomorrow, would show up at my funeral. I call those friends. But let's just say you just wanted to earn additional $1,000 a day. Is that fair? Without driving an Uber for 19 hours. Right? You want to do it from home at your desk like we do. So watch this. We have 37 products, but I'm just going to show you one product. I know every day I talk to y'all, but I'm going to show you a product right now for those of you who are in a financial strait, or those of you who don't like your boss, or don't like your job, or don't like your car, or like all of those things and just need a vacation from them. How about that? Right? So I'm going to show you one product. And the product is called Touch Suite. Right? So this is a product where we sell the credit card processing machine. You know the machine that you use when you swipe a credit card at the supermarket or at the gas station or at the convenience store or wherever you go in America to get your hair cut, nails done, you use a credit card, debit card, right? So we offer that machine through our company, one of our affiliate companies called Touch Suite, because they work with 5 links, okay? Now, the machine that they offer is required by law based on the October 2015 law called the October EMV law, right, of 2015. It says that every credit card processing machine now needs a chip. It needs to have a chip reader. And if it doesn't have a chip reader, they are not in compliance, right? So they're all racing to get the right machines. If they don't have the right machine, there is a punishment. That means Visa, American Express, Discover, and MasterCard are no longer going to cover them if somebody uses a fraudulent card at their establishment. Right? So if Visa's not going to cover it, the vendor has to cover it, and that's money out of their pocket. Who do you know that wants to lose money in a business? The second thing is that if they don't have a chip reader, there's a premium. I can't spell premium. I need to call Aquila. That's premier. Y'all know what I'm saying.
M-I-U.
Yeah, I got it. Premium. You got to have some fun with it. Right? So there's a chip reader premium if they don't have the machine. Right? So they'll process the card, but they'll charge them more money. Now watch this. We offer the machines, and if the company is doing more than $10,000 a month, we'll give them the machine for free. For free? Yes, for free. Now, on average, the machine is going to cost them $2,500 or more. We give them the machine. For every $10,000 that they do, they can request another free machine. Also, we'll guarantee that we will meet or beat whatever rate they're currently paying. So if we meet or beat the rate that your hair salon is using or paying, if we meet or beat that rate, if we get a chance to meet or beat the rate, and we can't meet or beat it, we'll give them $500. Right? So your hair salon, your grocery store, your dry cleaners, your church is using a credit card processing system. If we can't meet or beat the rate, we'll give them $500 just for taking a look. Just for a look-see. We give them $500. Is that all right? And then watch this. So we got the $500 guarantee that we'll meet or beat the rate. They'll get the free machine. And they have an integrated system, meaning that we'll do their point of sale, and we'll do their credit card processing. But the best thing about it is, out of all of the companies and stores in America, only 30% of them have the right machine. 70% don't. That means if I walk down any street in America, I go to 10 stores, 3 will have the right machine, 7 will be looking for it. So 3 of them will have the machine, and 7 of them will be happy to see me. Ta-da! So what do we get paid for that? What do we get paid? This is what we get paid for it. So on the first machine, we get $50, right, up front. On the second machine, we get $100. On the third machine, we get $150. And on the fourth machine, we get $200 for every machine, right? That's our upfront money. Upfront. That's the money that comes right away. Did I say upfront? You can get that every week, okay? Now, most of y'all live in a place that got a lot of stores, a lot of credit card machines. You can literally, I'm helping somebody who's about to be laid off. I'm helping somebody who might be laid off. I'm helping somebody who says, man, I don't want to do this business. I don't want to do network marketing. I don't want to do MLM. I'm just talking to people who want to make $1,000 a day. Is that all right? So literally you can walk down the street, and when you get to your fourth account, that's $200 per account. Get 5 accounts a day. It's $1,000 a day, right? It's $1,000 a day. And let's just say you don't work 365 days. Let's just say you want to take 60 days off for vacation, which I think is fair. Right, Ray?
Yes, sir.
So you take off 60 days for vacation and give or take some other days for other stuff. And let's just say you do 300 days this year. 300 days of introducing vendors to get to, I'm only dealing with one product today. Tomorrow I'll deal with a different product. Come on back tomorrow. We'll deal with a different product. So you can literally walk down the street and get 5 new customers a day for 300 days and make $300,000. This is the best lunch break you ever took. Because if you're just lazy and do half a year, 150 days is 150 grand. You are now matching what your local lawyer's making. You're matching what your local doctor's making. And you can do this with no degree. You don't need a degree for this. I don't even need to see your high school diploma. You can be a brand new citizen here. You can have broken English. You can be disabled. Whatever your situation is, if you have a laptop or a smartphone and you are willing to learn the business, we'll teach you. Fair enough? You can start making this money today. I mean, literally today. Before the day is over, y'all can make some phone calls and I will show you how to do it. I will teach you. I will train you how to do it. And I don't care who invited you on this machine. I don't care who invited you on this call or this webinar. I'll help you. Fair enough? Right? So you don't have to join my team to get help. Right? God's going to pay me back. I'll get a star in my crown for helping somebody put some food on the table. Right? Somebody helped me, so it's my joy to help you. All right, so this is how we do it. This is one product. Hopefully this will help. Now, some of you want to know how to build a business on the internet, right? Y'all always asking, how do you do it on the internet? How do you do it on the internet? Well, we did a webinar. We did a webinar this weekend. Just about 170 people or so went to the webinar. So if you want to see the webinar to build your business on the internet, do it during your lunch break. Do it after work for an hour. Because you don't have to work this business long, but you just got to be consistent, right? So just text me. I'm going to give you an email address. You can text me and I'll send you a link so you can get the webinar, right? It's Run to Diamond, RUN Diamond @gmail.com, right? RUN, like run away from your creditors. Run to Diamond @gmail.com. Right? So I'll send you a link for the webinar. You can take a look at it and just learn how to build your business on the internet. Also, you can text me at 202-409-44 202-409-4456. Don't call me, text me. I say that all the time, and my phone rings all day long. But just text me, and I promise you I will call you back. I'll answer all of your questions, and we'll help you get started. Lastly, we're going to be in Philadelphia. Can you pull up a flyer for Philadelphia, can you? All right, so can you pull it up so I can put it on the screen? Yeah. So we're going to be in Philadelphia on May 3rd, which is Tuesday. May 3rd, we'll be in Philadelphia. Hopefully we'll see you in Philadelphia. I'll put a flyer for those of you who are on Facebook Live. I'll show you a flyer about where we're going to be. Can you see that? Can you see that? All right, awesome. All right, so we're going to be in Philly. I heard somebody yell yes. Somebody screaming yes, that we're going to be in Philly. All right, that's incredible. So we'll be in Philly on May 2nd?
3rd.
May 3rd. We'll be in Philly on May 3rd. And on May 22nd, we will be in St. Louis. On May 22nd, we will be in St. Louis, Missouri. And we have invited to one of our events. It's an 8-hour immersion event. 8 hours of training. Now, it's not ordinary training. It's training where we teach you how to teach other people. So we're going to teach you how to work this business, and we're also going to teach you how to make money on all of the products that we have gone over and that we will be going over from day to day. I thank you guys for your time. I thank you for your lunch break. And I just thank you guys for believing in yourself. I always say that if a small child is afraid of the dark, that's okay. We expect that from children. But the real travesty is when you have an adult man or an adult woman that's afraid of the light, afraid of trying something new. What makes us different from the animals is that we can change. The Bible says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are made in God's image and in God's likeness, and we're not junk. You don't have to let your boss treat you like junk. Your creditors treat you like junk. You don't have to be in a bad relationship where somebody's treating you bad because you don't have the finances to sort of get out of that situation. You can change. Just take a step. Just take one step and God will take two. All right? So listen, I look forward to meeting all of you in person. My name is Thomas Felder, Platinum Senior Vice President for the awesome and incredible team TNT. I look forward to seeing each of you on the beaches of the world, if not at the beach, at the bank. But more importantly than any beach or any bank, I look forward to seeing you at the gates of the kingdom. For what would it profit a man or a woman to gain the whole world and to lose their own soul? Until I meet you and greet you, walk with the King today and be a blessing. This call and this Facebook Live is officially over. God bless. Till next time.